God bless and great day, everybody. Thank you for coming out, joining Smoke with the King. Thank you, Father God. Thank you, Lord Jesus, for another blessed Friday. Each and every Friday at 4:20 is Smoking with the King, guys. Thank y'all for coming out. How y'all doing today? Hope everybody doing good. Y'all know we wait till we can get a few people around in the room and shit before we get the topic and shit going, and at least get the blunt smoking first, right? Yeah, it's gang time now, y'all. Y'all know it's time. Let's do it. Oh yeah, so we here now. What we got going on, y'all? that's the question. What we got going on? So this is what we got going on for real. Let me tell y'all what we got going on for real. So it's been all type of stuff for real, man. I just been like looking at how the world been going and how things be acting. And y'all know me. I'm always checking out what's going on and how the world be moving. So I've been seeing a few people. They've been being, a little bit down on themselves because, you know, things things ain't really been going their way. You know what I'm saying? And since things ain't been going their way, it's been kind of hard for them to. It's been kind of hard for them to kind of adjust to what's been going on in life. You know what I'm saying? So I would say this: a lot of us we was fooled by the government, you know, and then a lot of black women were fooled by social media and all these media outlets with, the BBLs and, be a baby mama, whole culture, and all this type of stuff. And so, I just want everybody to know it's like y'all trusting everybody else, but y'all done forgot how to trust the real process. You got to trust the process. And that's the name of today's show. You got to trust the process. Starting with trusting the process first is you got to trust God. You got to trust God. That's because if you don't trust God to help you reach your goals in your dream, then that's already a bad start. Not saying that you can't trust in yourself and make some things happen, but that's not what we talking about here. What we talking about here is you got to trust the process. In trusting the process, sometimes life get hard. Sometimes you go through stuff. Sometimes you become homeless. Sometimes you can't pay your bills. Sometimes you don't have a phone. Sometimes you might have to go days without eating and things like that. Listen, you got to stick to it. You got to stick to it. Don't let nothing take you away from the process. The whole point of trusting the process is you got to be faithful to your grind. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. You can't let nobody, negative comments about what you're doing or negative energy. People gonna talk behind your back all the time. People talk trash about Jesus Christ. People gonna try to put you down and things like that. They try to put down Jesus Christ. Again, you gotta trust the process. The process ain't always pretty. So y'all think a lot of these people got to where they are in life and they just got there and it was just like the whole process was like, oh, you probably had such a great life. No. No. You ask a lot of millionaires and a lot of billionaires who actually got it from the grind, and they'll tell you that they didn't have such great lives. Their lives weren't peaches and cream. It wasn't all, you know, passed down this, passed down that. It wasn't all, I had the greatest home life. My parents were together, and, me, my sisters and brothers were together, and it wasn't always that. And y'all got to realize that, like, you know, You might feel like you got a hard life. Things might be things might be a little tough on you right now. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, they not just tough on you. It's tough on a lot of people out here. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you really got to trust the process. Like, in trusting the process, you have to figure out, like, like you believe in yourself, and and number one in believing in yourself is you got to know that you are connected to something higher, and that your goals mean something to you, and that you got a lot of stuff going on, right? So you really got to trust the process. You really got to trust the process, man. It's a lot of things that might go on that might slow you down, and right in the midst of what's happening. You know what I'm saying? Right in the midst of what's going on, things happen. It might slow down your process. You know what I'm saying? Things might be trying to get in your way. You know what I'm saying? Anything might happen. You never know what can happen in trusting the process. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it'll all be like, yo, in trusting the process, you go through hardships. You go through moments in life where it'd be like, dang, I don't know how I made it through that. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I want y'all to know. Like, don't feel like y'all the only ones that's doing it. Don't feel like what? Don't feel like y'all the only ones that's trusting the process, because we not the only ones trusting the process. At the end of the day, it's a lot of us out here trusting the process, and it's a lot of us giving 110% to what we believe, and we standing on it. You know what I'm saying? No matter what we go through, some of us may not eat every day. Some of us may not get to see our people often. Some of us may not get to make as much money as we want. You know what I'm saying, at the moment, but still trusting in the process. You have to always trust in the process, because believing in yourself and believing in your goals is that's what's gonna make your dream come true. Like, because you didn't give up on it. You just kept doing it. You keep putting it out there. You keep doing it. You not gonna stop doing what you do, because trusting in the process and the faith that you got in the process that you doing is creating the positive energy that you need to boost you to the next level. So again, you gonna always have haters. You gonna always have haters. You gonna always have naysayers. You gonna always have people that don't like you. You gonna always have people that want to talk down on you. You gonna always want to have. It's gonna always be somebody that's gonna say that you're not gonna make it. It's it's people that tell people that's already made it right now that they ain't nobody. So again, forget all the outside or noise. I told y'all before, it all be noise. You gotta trust the process. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, nobody can do what you do the way you do what you do. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, I'm gonna always do what I do because I'm me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't waver from being me, and you should never waver from being who you are. You know what I'm saying? Like, in trusting the process and in trusting God, again, sometimes you go through hardships. It's not always a party. You're not gonna always have a 7-day party just because you trust God. That's not how it go. You're not gonna always be able to go on a shopping spree just because you trust God. That's not how it go. Trusting in the process means you can deal with the suffering, you can deal with the hardships, you can deal with the rough times, you can deal with the ups, the downs, you can deal with it all, and be balanced throughout it all, because you trust the process. You know it's a reason for you to be going through whatever it is you're going through. Like, we all know we go through things sometimes that, you know what I'm saying, that you would never even be able to explain. Like, one moment everything fine, and the next moment you going through something that you would never even be able to think you would be going through. So again, you gotta trust the process. Like, God got a process for all of us. When you trust in the process, He provide, He protect, He provide, He gives you insight, wisdom, knowledge, understanding. All you got to do is be open to hear it and trusting in the process. Like, faith without works is dead. Like, so how can you have faith that God gonna help your goal come true if you not working on putting your goal, bringing your goal to fruition yourself? If you're not working on your goal yourself, if you got people in your ear telling you stop doing that because you're not gonna make it, and you stop But you like, I trust God though, so I know it's gonna be another way for me to do it. No, keep doing it the way you doing it. Like don't stop doing it the way you doing it now. Like the reason why you getting so much pushback the way you doing it now is because trusting the process is actually working. It's actually you're actually moving. You actually making steps in life. You actually doing something that's furthering you toward what you just pushing you toward what you want to go to. You gotta trust the process. You can't not trust the process. Listen, yeah, I believe people life just be peaches and cream because they be done made it. And then you know what? Let's not even talk about people that's made it. Let's just talk about people who middle class, as they say, since they trying to cut middle class out. Let's just talk about some middle class people. A couple people that just make a little over $100,000 a year. You know what I'm saying? Like they had to trust in a process. Them people didn't just start making $100,000 a year